Sometimes feels like, wonder if my soul will ever be right. I can't seem to run away, far gone, chasing blue skies. Feelings are numb, I don't know how do I even exist. First sight of my consciousness, tumbling in the abyss, yeah. Headed down to the bottom ground, never know when I'll hit. Gotta stay afloat, gotta get a grip, reaching for the rope where all hope is. We may never know where this road ends. I'm falling, fading down, hands out. I'm falling, fading down. Yes, I'm fading, like the wind sweeping the dunes underneath the moon. I'm fading, rather than I don't know what to do, but I'm praying. Voices they calling, they wanna pursue, no, not breaking. Voices they calling, they wanna pursue, no, not breaking. Like the wind sweeping the dunes underneath the moon. I'm fading, rather than I don't know what to do, but I'm praying. Voices they calling, they wanna pursue, no, not breaking. Voices they calling, they wanna pursue, no, not breaking. Woke up really discombobulated in the middle of the night. Was it all some sort of bad dream? That's when I seen it in the sky. Picture perfect, illuminated fusions and rare illusions hit the constructs of my eye. What a scene, what a sight. What does it mean? Are we alright? You couldn't see it coming, yeah, you nearly lost conscience of your own soul. You couldn't see it coming, you were heading in reverse down the wrong road. You couldn't see it coming, nearly gave up, found no ways to make it right. More than you can chew, yeah, you took that bite. Roaming in the hills and the valleys, searching for the answers. Ain't no way around it, hope you run and find them faster. Lessons will get learned, caution where you stray, don't get burned. Running through the maze, it's your turn. What will be the outcome? Looking for your way out, yeah, you found one. Trust you'll remain if you never walk in your glory. Trust you'll remain if you never walk in your glory. Look at you. You're running in circles, which way will you turn? Look at you. You're stuck in the fire, you'll just have to burn. There ain't no sympathy for the broken man, no. You better find your way. You better find your way. There are no tears to shed to the open hand. Only space for you in the troubled land. Learn from me. Learn from me. Learn from me. Learn from me. Make it up. Make it up. Gotta make it up. Make it up. Make it up. Make it up. Gotta make it up. Make it up. Warrior, warrior. What happened to the things that I taught ya? What happened to the dreams that I brought ya? What happened to the wings that it on you. How could you let them fly on without you? You've lost all hope and you've lost your way. Try to make sense of things you could not change. Can't keep looking for someone to blame. Now you're stuck in the world, a victim of your truth. With nowhere to turn, nowhere to move. Looking for the answers, they don't exist. Now where you gonna run when all you've got is this? There ain't no sympathy for the broken man, no. You better find your way. You better find your way. There are no tears to shed to the open end. Only space for you in the troubled land. Learn from me, learn from me, learn from me, learn from me. Make it out, gotta make it out, make it out. Make it out, make it out, gotta make it out, make it out.
Legend has it we could be legends, etched in the stone, forever on thrones. Histories made in the moments. Heroes collide, it's all on the line with our backs against the wall. We came to fight. We came to take what was meant to be ours. There's no place to hide. Yeah, it's written all over the stars. Nothing will stop us against all the odds. But just like we promised, we came to fight, fight, fight. Yeah, we came to fight, fight, fight. Yeah, we came to fight. Circle our victims like lions. You fear I can smell, you're afraid I can tell. We're made to be more than just human. Born to defend, yeah, we're aimed to the end with their backs against the wall. We came to fight. We came to take what was meant to be ours. There's no place to hide. Yeah, it's written all over the stars. Nothing will stop us against all the odds. But just like we promised, we came to fight, fight, fight. Yeah, we came to fight, fight, fight. Yeah, we came to fight. We'll be remembered for this. To tell our stories of battles and glories, the ones that nobody forgets. Yeah, we'll be remembered for this. We came to fight. We came to take what was meant to be ours. There's no place to hide. just like we promised. We came to fight, fight, fight. Yeah, we came to fight, fight, fight. Yeah, we came to fight.
Yeah, pacing up and down empty roads, destination unknown. Swollen feet and two broken ankles, I still don't trip on my toes. They ain't got a clue what run through my mind. Thoughts are racing with shoes untied. It threw me for a loop when I did not fit into places, but I needed to try my own size. So I wonder why I don't get to be like everybody else. Stay taught while I'm quiet in the corner by myself. So shy, introverted, getting nervous when I'm looking in the mirror. See a person that could use a little help. Yeah, I know I can't help it. Hood pulled up, mask on, way before the pandemic. Eyes all black like the ink in my pennies. Face all white like a ghost in my presence. They wonder why I'm so apprehensive. Ask myself why I feel this way, but I always leave with unanswered questions. Place myself behind closed doors, in the shadows. I don't understand it, I never will. So I guess it's time that I just accept it.
This is who I am. Never see me open, only know the closing. This is who I am. Yeah, lurking in the shadows, waiting on my moment. This is who I am. This is who I am. This is who I am. Who I am.
I've been trying to figure it out why I'm always the one comparing me to somebody else, and I would always keep it in about the way that I felt. Like I was never really good at taking care of myself. It's hard to speak, especially about me. I was so committed, I couldn't just break free. Wouldn't ever think about anything safely, and nobody can hate as much as I hate me. So I stayed shy and I never lost a mask. At the same time, I could've forgot the past. When I'm wishing for joy, results are just sad. A darkness inside, my heart is now black. All that still, I don't even know my worth yet. Almost like I pretend like I've got purpose. Here we go again, cause they know I'm hurt. I always struggle finding ways to word it. They wonder why I'm so apprehensive. Ask myself why I feel this way, but I always leave with unanswered questions. Place myself behind closed doors, in the shadows. I don't understand it, I never will. So I guess it's time that I just accept it.
This is who I am. Never see me open, only know the closing. This is who I am. Yeah, lurking in the shadows, waiting on my moment. This is who I am. This is who I am. This is who I am. Who I am.
Don't be afraid of the dark, be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. Don't let them rain on your spark. Keep it close to your heart. All of the pressure's gonna drive you crazy. Close your eyes to the madness. In the morning it's all gonna vanish. Don't be afraid of the dark, be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you.
Yeah, when I blow up, I'ma soar high like Peter Pan. In real life, be living all my dreams. If I'm waking up, it's in a foreign land. Whole wrist covered up in ice. Dealership, never ask the price. I hit the molly ball with my dogs. Yeah, I swipe it once without thinking twice. Cause this what I was made for. Man, I know this what I came for. On a big stage, couple thousand people, and they do whatever I say so. Have chicks that color of the rainbow. Yeah, chains on me like Django. Be a long way from my tank low. Cause my Tesla charge for them bank rolls. And I'm grinding, money on my mind. And I'm headed to the top. I won't stop until I find it. Write my name in diamonds, but all these lights are blinding. I wonder, is it worth it? Feel like I'm losing my mind. Yeah, remind me.
Don't be afraid of the dark.
I'm the man. Same people gave me the finger, they reaching out for me to give a hand. In a different city and my pills came, cause this tour don't happen, I feel pain. And the girl with me say she down for life, but she don't even know what's my real name. Just try to get what she came for. And ain't nothing I got safe though, cause when the money go wild, everybody get a piece, but it's looking like I ain't on the payroll. Got a big house made out of Play-Doh, and a plastic crown for my halo, but still a long way from my tank low, cause my Tesla charge for them bank rolls. And I'm grinding, money on my mind, and I'm headed to the top. I won't stop until I find it. Write my name in diamonds, but all these lights are blinding. I wonder, is it worth it? Feel like I'm losing my mind, yeah, remind me.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. Don't let them rain on your spark. Keep it close to your heart. All of the pressure's gonna drive you crazy. Cause you rise to the madness. In the morning it's all gonna vanish. Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid. Don't be
Feel the energy when I walk in the building. Turn up to the max, confidence is on a million. Headed to the top, cause I'm able and I'm willing. Treat calm like my capital, I'm about to make a killing. Stars are aligned, I can see the signs. I know it's my time, on my grind, putting overtime. Spots solidified, I'ma be here for a while. Haters wait your turn in line. Difference is y'all play to win, I want the world in my palm. I'm breaking now, I'm in my zone. Ain't in the clouds, I'm set in stone. Give me the crown, I deserve the throne. The greatest, it's history in the making. Through all the pain, blood, sweat, and tears. Survive the flame, conquer my fears. My time to reign, I am the heir. The greatest, it's history in the making. Been the best.
Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream. I'm happy that you guys are here and I'm excited. This is my first time doing a live stream, so throw one in the chat so far if you like the live stream, you like some of the music that I did for you guys, and hopefully I can do more of that. So let me know how you guys feel about that. Now about me, my name is Dynamic Pencilz. Also, if you guys like art just like I do and you want to see more art like this, be sure to hit the like button, and I'll be sure to come out with more content like this live and answer you guys questions that you guys may have. Also, if you guys are interested in donating to the channel, supporting the stream, also you guys can feel free to do that. The link is down in the description below if you guys are watching on YouTube. For you guys that's on Kick and you guys that's on Twitch, sorry I ain't put that in there, so I apologize. In this video, well, in this live stream, I'll be designing a custom skateboard that I was commissioned to do. And I had a lot of people ask me about this, so that's pretty much why I'm doing this live stream, and I want to continue to do things like this and build this type of community to where we can sit down, we can talk, you guys can ask me what question that you may have, and I can answer it live on stream for you guys. So whatever it may be. Hold on, let's see. Okay, I appreciate the hearts that you guys are giving me. I really appreciate that. Okay, so let me go ahead and switch so you guys can see what I'm doing. So also, what I was commissioned to do, I was commissioned to do a custom skateboard and for this guy. And when I was going through a rough time before, I mean, some of you guys may know, when I was going through a rough time when my apartment caught on fire, the guy, I was playing music. Sorry about that. So when I was going through a rough time, that when my apartment caught on fire, you guys supported me. And this one particular guy, I did a skateboard for him, but his skateboard burned up in the fire. So he asked me when am I going to do his custom skateboard? And I asked him what did he want, and he said he don't care what it is, just give me something. And so he always been down, he always helped, and I really appreciate the kind words. You helped me through the hard times. So for this, if you guys can see it, it is a custom skateboard of Anubis and I can't remember the other guy's name, but it's pretty much an Egyptian skateboard with, if I'm saying it right, a scarab. So for this, I'll be doing it through Adobe Fresco. Now, one thing about Adobe Fresco, if you guys do art and you love art like I do, Adobe Fresco is basically one of the ways to go. I know Adobe is going through a rough time and what they're doing, but this program, to me, it does everything. Now, this program, I create custom t-shirts with this program. I create skateboards with this program. I create stickers. You can do anything known to in the art world with this program. You can do custom wraps on cars with this program. If you can think it, it can do it. So for this one, I'm actually just gonna go through the process and line. And if you guys got any questions about this, be sure to drop it in the chat, and I'll be sure to answer whatever question that you guys may have. So one program that I had on here is supposed to show you guys comments on the screen, but you guys can't see it. I apologize for that. I'll be sure to do better on live streams in the future. So for this one, I normally would use an inking pen. Now the inking pen is pretty much this one right here, as you can see it on the screen. This one right here. So let me do this. All right, there. I get my face off the screen so you guys can see the art, because that's what we all came here for. So I normally would do it like tap on this and just keep the custom settings. That's what I normally would do. And also I would just set the level of how I want it, because the higher level you go, the bolder the outline will be. So I normally start off with a 4.5, line it with black. And see, with this one right here, it's going to be smoke, so I try to outline it real lightly. That way I want that smoke effect to come with it. Yep, you're right, Creative Jargon. Fresco has vector graphics for printing anything that you want. You're exactly right on that. So one of the things that I do is normally with Fresco, it doesn't matter if you go outside the lines. It really doesn't matter, because when you do line work like this, basically what you can do is once you get to a certain point, this white thing right here, you double tap it, it comes up blue. You tap it again, it comes up light blue and white, and you can just swipe through it and cross your line out. And that makes line work real easy. So let me tap on that. So that kind of makes line work real easy. So for here, this is my layer group. This is the background for my skateboard. This is the actual drawing itself. So on the drawing itself, I have everything just grouped in the group. So if I double tap it, you can actually see everything that I did. I hope you guys can see that on the screen. So this is my smoke. This is the eye of Anubis. And this is some of the flames. And this is Anubis right here with the scarab at the bottom. So let's get out of that. So I add a new one, a new layer. Then I just go to my outline. Now it's always best to put your outline on top. That way it doesn't mess with the sketch that's on the bottom. You can always keep that sketch. So let me know in the chat what some of you guys are viewing from. And shout out to you guys because I really appreciate you guys being here. And this is like my first live stream. I'm kind of nervous, most of you guys can tell. But I'm confident that as I go on, I'll get better at this. All right. So when doing this, it actually would be a lot better because I can actually cross out my lines as I go. Double tap that. Down. It'd be a lot better as I cross out my lines as I go. So get back on the screen. So let's try this. All right. Yeah. All right. So try that. Yeah. All right. So as I actually go through the process and everything as I go along, I actually mark out all the overlapping lines to make my line work go a whole lot smoother. And then once I do that, it makes the process a whole lot faster. So let's go with this. Try to add in some lines like this. Double tap that. Cross that out. Now, Adobe Fresco is a free program. Now, it's also a paid program as well, but for basically what you guys are trying to do, you don't even have to pay for it. You can get it absolutely free. And to me, it's better than Procreate. Now, Procreate has some advantages that I also take advantage of, but Adobe Fresco, I use it for everything. All right. Okay. So, if you guys seen the video with the custom skateboards, let me know down in the chat what was one of your favorite skateboards that you've seen in that video. Okay. And one of the things about line work and doing line work, it's easy to have wobbly lines. So that's why I kind of go over my lines a whole lot while outlining and make sure I got the perfect line. Because when you have a wobbly line in your artwork, it can show and it can stick out like a sore thumb. So that's pretty much why you see me going through the process and just keep erasing it. So I make sure I have that perfect crisp line. In situations like this, for what you see right here, I try to overlap the lines that way I have a perfect edge. And then I just come straight down and you see it just like that. It got that perfect edge to it. Now, one of the things about doing this is like when you get in a custom skateboard, it's like it's crucial that you know the measurements of your skateboard so that way you can get the right measurements. So when you put it in Adobe Fresco and you doing your artwork, it isn't big or it isn't small, because one place that you may get your skateboard printed off at, it could be all totally wrong if you don't have the right measurements. So make sure that you have the right measurements when you get your skateboard. Now, yeah, I did like the Pencilz skateboard, as you can actually see it right here in the background. That was one of my favorites also. But when you're doing this, just make sure you have the right measurements of the skateboard. Now, this skateboard that I'm doing is a 7.25, I think. And most skateboards are like, this is like for teenagers and kids this size. Now most most skateboards for adults will be 8 or 8.25. So make sure if you know who you're doing it for, make sure it's the right size. Now, also the person that I'm doing it for, he's not going to be doing it for skateboarding or anything like that. So size is pretty much fine. He didn't care about that. So, all right. So if you're an artist, what's some of the if you're an artist, what's some of the one thing that you learn the most from art, what you get the most value from, or what moves you about doing art? Let me know that down in the chat. Yep, Melanie, the totem pole, I like that as well. Actually, I did some stickers about that. So, and I'll be releasing those stickers on my website pretty soon. All right. Now, in situations like this, when I have overlapping lines, it's still the same. It really doesn't matter. I just cross straight through, so that way I can get that smooth line, and double tap just like this, to where I can remove those lines, and it's like nothing ever changed. Now, Procreate really don't have anything like this. And this is why I like this program. This is why I like this program a lot. So, now, what are some things that you guys draw, or when it comes to art? What's your favorite medium? You know, everybody has their favorite medium, whether it may be watercolor, whether it may be digital art. So, what's you guys' favorite medium? I mean, for me, my favorite medium is not only digital art, but it's painting, as most of you guys know that's follow my channel. Yeah, I'm using the I'm using the Apple Pencil for the 13-inch, I think. Yeah, so I'm using this. It's actually really good. You don't have to actually plug it up. You can just snap it to the iPad and it charges on its own. So that's one of the best things to have, because you can go anywhere and you can always charge your iPad just by snapping it to the side. So if you got the money to get one, I recommend you get one. Yeah, I did. I started off with doodling also. Now, I was kind of worried that most of you guys was like thought that I will be painting. So if you want to see me paint on the live stream, let me know that, and I'll be sure to do a painting in the live stream so I can show you guys my process that I do when I'm painting. So this right here, this process that I'm doing, this is the starting of it. So if I'm gonna paint something, normally what I would do, I just sketch everything out in Fresco or Procreate or something like that, and print it out and make sure it's the right size to where I can transfer it to a skateboard. All right, for the first question, I would like to bring real things from my own mind to the page. Try to draw life like horses and plants. I like to use plain old pencil. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with going the old traditional way. I mean, for us, for all of us, that's how we all started. So having a good old piece of pencil, a piece of paper and a pencil, can't go wrong with that. Okay. So another thing that you guys can do, if you having a whole, like if you drawing a circle, to get a perfect circle is just like Procreate. You can do a whole circle and just hold it. And that way it'll give you that perfect circle and you don't have to keep trying to erase it and make sure you get it right. So now in situations kind of like this, I try not to worry about it. I try to just make sure I'm doing the line as need be. And once I got that line, then once I finish the section that I'm in, then I just go through the whole process and erasing the overlapping lines. Now what you see right here is like I try to keep a consistent line. So this line right here is like bubbling at the end. So I try to overlap that to make sure I can hide it. So when I hide it like that, I can double tap this, cross that line out, and it still give me that perfect line that I need. Now I recently just did a podcast. Now the podcast that I did, it is the Art Box. So Creative Jargon, he's in the chat. He was my actual first podcast interview, and I was real proud of that. So you guys that like art podcast, be sure to make sure you check out his channel because he got some awesome people on there. He just bringing value to the art world. So make sure you check that out. I like to draw, but I'm not really good at figures. Well, the advice that I would have on getting better and just drawing is find what you like to do and just keep practicing and working at it. I mean, because for me, I was drawing ever since I was like 6 years old, and the first thing that I did, first drawing that I did was draw a frog, and anybody that know me would tell you I spent like 8 to 12 hours in my room crying because I could not draw this frog right. So I would say just work at it. And it's not practice makes perfect. It's perfect. Practice makes perfect. So make sure you're doing the right techniques that you can do and just like learn all you can learn. So whether it may be small things that you pick up from other artists, you never can stop learning. I don't care how old you are, you'll never stop learning. So make sure you gain all the knowledge on things that interest you in art. So whether it may be books or whether it may be something that can creatively inspire you while you're out in the world. So I would say just keep working at it, keep practicing. You'll find that one thing that's just gonna grab a hold to you, and once it grab a hold to you, never let it go. Yeah, Melanie, you're right. I didn't think that frog was adorable then, but it gave me a hard time. All right, so basically, all right, so I think I kind of have my lines kind of overlapping too much. All right, here we go. Now I got it. So here it's like I hold this line just like that, and then I'm done with the left side. So then I'm double tapping by crossing out all my lines. So doing everything this way will make your sketch and make your drawing a whole lot easier. Oh, you're welcome. No problem. Hey, we all in the same art community. If you like art, just ask. We will all help you, no matter what it is, with advice. And sometimes when doing this, I kind of get lost because I have to zoom it out and zoom in. So make sure when you're doing it, kind of have your place where you can keep that smooth motion on your line work. See, when you get close like this, see, when you get close like that, I can kind of still overlap and not have to worry about it. So I can't just cross this line out right here that you guys see. I can't just cross this one out, this one. So what I have to do in a situation like this, I have to cross through it and then I can cross it out. But I'll just make sure that it still have the same consistency on each end. All right, so let's cross that. Let's go back. Cross that line out like so, and there you go. So so I got a question for you guys. What would you guys like to see in future live streams? Because I always get advice from you guys to see what you guys like, what you guys don't like. I always get advice from you guys to see how you guys feel about some of the artwork that I'm doing, or what I can do better, or some things that you guys like that I can actually do to improve and show you guys that of what my skill set of what I can do. Like whether it may be video editing or my process that I take when doing the video. So let me know that down in the chat and what you guys would like to see more from me in the future. So normally when doing this, I try to hold big circles and stuff like that to try to maintain that consistency of the line work that I'm doing. And sometimes it never works, sometimes it does, but if it don't work, like you can see right here, if it don't work, it don't hurt to add in another line and bold your outlines. Right, so let's see what's going on Twitch. Okay. All right. Right, so like something like this, you can kind of bold the outline to kind of make certain parts about it stand out. But you want to make sure you have a smooth stroke on each end, and because if you don't, it will show. As you guys can see, why I keep having to erase and get this line right. That's one of the bad parts about doing digital art. It's not like Melanie said that you can have a piece of paper and a pencil. It's not like that. Digital art, if you make mistakes, they will show. All right, let's see. Let's go back. Challenges are cool and informational ones are super helpful. Have a friend draw half of the board and you draw the other half, then guys switch boards and complete. I'll be up for that. Whoever I can get to do the board, that's the issue. But I'm all cool for that. Challenges are cool and informational ones are super helpful. I'll be sure to do more informational videos. I'm building the catalog of content right now as we speak. It's kind of why I haven't been doing content like that, but I will be. I will be doing some much more sooner. So be on the lookout for that. Also, I would be doing videos that's like that will help artists as well as things like we deal with as artists. Like I have one video coming out that's about procrastination or perfectionism. Because we as artists, everything, every line, every paint stroke has to be right. And that's the main thing that destroys us as artists. And we just can't release that and let go and just be creatively free and put into our artwork. So videos like that is what I will be coming out with. My plan is to try to come out with them every week. So hopefully I can keep up with that. There's a smoother for your stroke, 1000 mentions in, and one of the shorts, but I can't remember how to turn it on. Oh, okay, let's see. I think I remember how to turn it on, so let's see. Let's go to options. No, it's not in options. Okay. Victor. All right. So here. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I myself never use it because I try to keep everything smooth the way I have it. But I will look into that. I will look into getting at using that feature with my artwork because I'm pretty sure that can actually help out and take out some of those jittery lines. That was a good one. All right. Take out some of these lines right here. So stuff like this, I can just take one long, smooth stroke and just get everything out. That way I don't have to keep going through the process of just line and line and line. I can just do one smooth stroke. Okay. And after you get done, make sure to double tap this line, double tap this right here. See if it's like this, make sure you tap it and double tap it. That way you won't erase whatever you done already put down. Hey, Dragon Imagination, how you doing? Sorry about yesterday. I seen that I accidentally hit the live yesterday. I was working on the stream, so I apologize for that. I'm just glad you didn't hear nothing embarrassing. All right, so for this part, I'm actually gonna try my best to lay down a smooth thin line for the smoke because I kind of have the smoke like it's coming through the wings to where it give that smoke look. Hey, I'm doing good, man. Could have did that. Yeah. See, normally situations like this, if you want to extend that line, I try to do it in the middle, kind of like right in this area instead of the end, because it will really show if you try to put your pencil on the end and then try to make your stroke. So if you're doing it, try to start in the middle of the stroke and then come down. That way it don't stick out like that. Okay. All right. See, with this Apple Pencil, if you hold on to it, it will bring up a menu Now on the old Apple Pencil, they wasn't like that. See, all you can do is squeeze it and it will bring up a menu. And that will make your workflow a whole lot faster and make you be able to do things a whole lot much more quicker than actually stopping and going to the left and starting and going like that. So if you if that's one of the good that's to me that's one of the good reasons by using this, not to mention that the iPad is big, you got a lot more real estate, but the pencil itself would allow you to do a whole lot much more things. It'll bring up a whole array of options that you can use in the middle of your whole process. So even like this, I could tap on it, bring my line, make my lines a little bigger, and I could release it and double tap it, press it again, press it again. You see how I'm pressing it just like this and it's coming up on the screen. So that makes it a whole lot easier when you do it. Yeah, I have the new iPad, the 2024 version, and it is amazing. All right, so I don't forget, it's this line. Okay. Because when doing this, sometimes it's easy to get lost to where your lines can overlap. So I try to do it as I go. So that makes when doing it, that'll make the process a whole lot easier because you just, as you going, you just erasing the lines that you don't need as going. All right. So I got the left side. So let's go ahead and erase those lines. Now, there's one thing I am curious about. What brought some of you guys to doing art? I know for me, it was when I seen my first thing. What brought me to doing art was when I first seen graffiti. And when I first seen the graffiti on the train tracks and how they look, the vibrant colors that they bring, that's what first brought me to art. So what brought some of you guys to art? Because I'm pretty sure it was a graffiti, but it was something that brought you to it. Oh, messed up again. Good. There we go. So situations like this to where I have thin lines, I try to bring bring the line weight down to where you can barely see it, to where it's thin enough to where you'll see it on top of color, but it looks like it's like a shadow. So, and normally what I would try to do just still with something like this, I just make a smooth curving stroke. Oh, let's go back. See, I've done this enough that I don't need to actually hold it because I did quite a few of these. Okay. So another tip when using Adobe Fresco, if you don't close your section in your line work, once you put your color in, your color will color the whole board instead of the section that you're trying to color. So if you look right here, I didn't close this line. So by me closing that line, I don't have to worry when I'm ready to put color down in this section. It'll just fill up this section instead of the whole board. Like for instance, if I add a new one, I could do like this. Grab a new, choose my paint bucket tool, and grab, let's say, color of burnt orange or something like that. See, it won't color, it'll color the whole board. So it's important that if you don't close it, see now, I choose that same color, it'll fill just that section that you had. So it's important to always close your lines. All right. Oh, choose the wrong color again. So I'm thinking about for another video. It's possibly showing how to do the process that it takes to do stickers, or the process of editing and stuff like that. So because my live streams, the way I want to go about it, I want to go about it when doing the live streams what you guys want. So pretty much when it comes to these live streams, yeah, I know I picked the first one, but when it comes to these live streams, I want you guys to have a say in what you guys want. So, I mean, normally I get a lot of people asking me about how I edit my videos, but some of you may not want that. Some of you may want to see something else. So it's all according to what you guys want. So if you guys want that, or if you guys want something different, hey, be sure to just voice your opinion. Hey everybody, be sure to give a shout out to my son. He's in the chat. Spider-Man emblem. Hey son, I appreciate it. I appreciate you sticking in the viewing. Thank you. I love you. Right, so, and I hope I didn't embarrass you. I apologize if I did. All right, so see, something like this, I didn't close this line. That's why when I erase it, the whole line just erased. So it's like I said before, it's always important to close your lines. So do this again. In the middle. Go. Now I can come back and close that line. All right, so I'm pretty sure obviously you guys don't want me to actually do this whole board on live stream, because that will obviously take up too long a time, and because I know you guys' time are valuable, and I appreciate you guys spending your time with me so you can see the process that I take and learn a little bit about the process that I do. So I try to go through the process of teaching different things that I do, different techniques that I use when doing things like this. So one thing that I do, if you guys would indulge me, one thing that I do is actually I don't color my whole artwork on one layer. I use multiple layers. If I color one section with just flames, everything that's on this board that has flames will just be on its own layer. So I try to do it like that simply because when you taking your skateboard to, let's say you want to send it out to be printed. Now, with printing in digital, digital has it prints in RGB. Now, everything is in RGB on tablets. But if you want to have it printed like on T-shirts, like on stickers and things like that, it's important that you guys have it in CMYK. I think that's what it's called. It should be in CMYK because those are printing colors, and your print will come out totally wrong and it'll come out off. So it's important that you don't do it in RGB. So if you have your regular color, you can take the, if you finish this, like what I'm doing right now, once I'm finished with this, I will take this over to Adobe Illustrator or Adobe Photoshop, take those colors, then put them in CMYK, then export it as a whole piece, or you can do it as a vector. Now, if you do it as a vector, it never loses its quality. It will go from a sticker to a T-shirt to whatever it is that you're trying to put your artwork on. It'll never lose its quality. It'll never lose its shape. So that's really important. Always print in CMYK. If you try to get your artwork on a T-shirt, skateboard, stickers, no matter what it is, CMYK. Never RGB. All right. I don't know if. Yeah, Inks, I remember you. I definitely remember you. I'm glad that you're here. I appreciate you being here. And we're going to have to link up real soon. For convention, artists and festivals, color rendering for printing. Yes. Yes, you are exactly right. It can be a pain in the butt. It can be. I've heard horror stories about that. So let's try to, let me try to zoom through this so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So another thing that I was thinking about, it's always good to, if you want, you can have all your line work on one layer. So, but if I want to make that line work kind of stand out and be, let's say, three-dimensional, so to speak. What I can do is add in another line. By adding in another line, you will make your lines bolder. You will make your lines stand out that much more, and it actually will make your artwork look like it's jumping off the page or skateboard or sticker, whatever you putting it on. It will make it stand out that much easier. So, me personally, I do one line of ink like line work, and then I'll do another layer of bold outlines. That way, when you're doing it, it'll make everything stand out, and you don't have all your line work on one layer. Because if something is wrong, you know you got two separate layers. That way, if you want to change it, you can go and change it. It'll be that simple. But to have it on one layer, as far as like thin lines, that's a personal preference. That's a preference that I used, but for you, it may be a whole lot different. Okay, so wrong camera view. Sorry, I got a lot of camera views. All right, so what I try to do in situations like this is try to make sure I get done I try to get done with it fast as I can, but at the same time, I still don't want it to look totally off. So all right. See, doing it like this will make things a whole lot easier. Okay, so right here and here. Now, if you have a iPad or if you have a tablet, I recommend using Adobe Fresco. I highly recommend, because you can't see something like this, what you just seen. You can't go wrong with using this. You cross out two lines and you always have nice little points on each end to make your artwork look very professional. So I think I have this scarab done. All right. Right, so I think I'm almost done with this scarab, so let's hurry up and get done with this. See, on my first pass, when it comes to these outlines, I don't have to worry about it because I know I'm coming again with a second pass to make all my line work stand out. So for me, which like I said before, it's a personal preference. But for me, I actually just try to zoom through my line work when it comes to certain areas. Just like this, to where I can just come through, zoom through it, because I already know this is just a first pass and I know I'm gonna come through with another pass of good clean outlines. And when I first another journey in my artistic life was tattooing. And if anybody knows, if any one of you guys had a tattoo before, the line work is the bones of your tattoo. That's a solid foundation. And that's the same thing for any artwork. You have to have a solid foundation of good lines. If you don't, it won't make your art, it won't make it look right. So your anatomy has to be on point, and also your line work has to have a perfect structure to it. So line work, very important. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and if you learned something from it. So let me see some ones in the chat if you guys are enjoying this, and hopefully I can do more, do a whole lot better on stream. And this is a skill that I'm trying to learn while being on live stream. So that's one thing I was kind of nervous about, because I didn't want to say anything and put my foot in my mouth and look like a fool on stream. All right. Yeah. Cross these lines out. Cool. Right. It seemed like yeah, I said ones. If you could put a one in the chat, that'd be awesome. Final smoothness is the wavy line underneath the lines. Oh, okay. Ah, gotcha. Smooth. So let's see what that looks like with smoothest turned up to 100. It's kind of a little hard to control. Okay. Let's try this and see how this looking with some of the lines. Down. All right. Let's go with this one. It's kind of hard to, in a way, when you turn it all the way up, it's kind of hard to control. So let's see. I will turn this down to about 90 and see what it do. Because a minute ago I had it up to 85, so let's turn it to 90. All right, so 90. Let's see what that gives us. Yeah, it gives out perfect lines. I think in the long strokes it's kind of a little tough to control, but it can be controlled. Okay. All right. So one thing that I try to do is pinpoint where my color is gonna be when on certain sections that I want to actually stand out when I'm doing my artwork and finish these lines, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let me put a new layer down. So sections like where sections like not this part will be smoke. Yeah, I think you see that. So sections like this, I put sections in here on purpose to where I know they wanted to be, I knew I wanted these sections to be vibrant colors. And so what I would do in a situation like this, I want to put fire down. Okay. Situation like this, I want to throw down my brightest color first. Because they say you can start dark, but let's try it. I start dark, like a dark orange red, so to speak, so it can kind of resemble fire, and I'll lay down my line work. Right, so yeah. All right, and there. All right. So sections like this, I already know I want these sections to be vibrant colors. So what I can do, since I already know I'm gonna outline this section right here, black, I don't have to worry about it. So what I can do to close my line off is just come in, paint bucket tool. Oh, it's not closed off somewhere. See, it's not closed off right here. All right, so come in, throw my paint bucket tool down, and it throws in my colors. So that's the first color that I want to throw down. All right, so let me come in, take out some of these lines. There we go. Oh, and that's erasing everything. Messed up somewhere. Yeah, it's messed up. So basically, I'm just gonna skip over that. So basically, what I would do is actually throw in my my high colors, or this is my darks. Then I can throw in my mediums, and then I can throw in my lights. So my mediums on this, if I bring this up, will actually be a lighter orange. So I can bring my highlights in, kind of come in like this. Just add a new. So I'm kind of showing you the process that I normally would take when I'm doing my color. I will actually come in just like this and fill it. But the difference is when I do this, it's not all the way saturated like this. So normally what I would do is tap on it. You see, it gives you a list of options on the side, like add layer. It gives you all of these particular options. But that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to click this little sliding tab right here and bring down the opacity. So you have an option on each side to where you can choose darken, multiply. Normally, I would hit multiply if I'm on Photoshop, but I don't really have to do it when it comes to something like this. But it's a personal preference on how you want to use it. So I recommend if you're doing something like this, to kind of experience and go through the process and putting in color down. So as you can see, I'm putting in vivid light, hard light, and it's not putting out anything. All right. So that kind of looked good, but I won't use that. So normally I'll just use the regular version and then just bring down the opacity. That'll make things a whole lot easier. So then, aside from that, come in with my high colors. So when I come in with my brightest colors, I would choose something like this. And I won't make those colors stand out too much. What I will do is accentuate the colors that, or complement the colors that's right beside them. So kind of do a stroke on each end and kind of bring down the opacity on it. So, but these colors, I don't plan on using. I'm probably going to use something like a blue fire or something like that to kind of make those colors stand out. So let me come through here, delete, delete, and delete. All right, so we're going to come back with the outline. All right, so, all right. Seems like the stream probably froze. Is the stream going, or is it froze? Okay, okay, so. All right, so let me try. So is the stream good on you guys' end? Because it's kind of acting a little wonky on this end. Or do you guys even see it? Yeah, YouTube doing something weird over here. It's still showing like the live stream starting still. I don't know what it's doing. All right, so let's go with this. All right. Okay. All right, so basically when it comes to something like this, I try to think outside the box when I'm doing artwork. I try to make my art different than anybody else that I see that's online, and I try to make myself stand out by doing art that I don't see anyone do, but I use artists like Jazza or Gosh Art or Kipto or 1000. I use these guys as inspiration because I try to make art that inspires me, and watching them and how they are and things that they do inspire me. And by when I do things like that, hopefully I inspire you guys to create and put out good art in the world. So that's why I'm doing the live stream, and that's why I want to continue to do live streams every week, because I want to do something different than what a lot of people are doing, and I want to actually have a community to where we can come in, voice opinions, ask questions, answer questions, and we can look out for one another when it comes to the actual this art community. So thank you for watching so far. I appreciate it. All right, so so you know what, man? The stream getting kind of stale a little bit, so let me crank some up. Let me try this. All right, let's try this. Let's see where we at. Is that better? Now, is that a little too loud? Y'all let me know down in the chat if that's a little too loud for y'all. Because I know it's like, I don't want to come off as that boring type of person that be on stream. I want you guys to enjoy yourselves, and I want to enjoy myself too. So, all right, so go ahead with this and try to get some of this done. So, also be looking out for try this. Let me stop this and stop this. All right. Also, let me I will be doing a video, and in that video I will be having like these actual skateboards, so you can actually see the whole video in its entirety. But so far, this will probably be the only video that will be on, the only skateboard that'll be on stream. So as much as I want to put all these skateboards that I'm gonna do on stream, only this one would be. So I want you guys to actually see the whole process of everything on how I go through it. So normally, if I'm doing everything with transferring, the transferring would take me quite a bit. All right, so stream is good. All right, cool. Glad you can use the drawing session, because it helps a whole lot, especially when you're just trying to relax and chill. Get some good drawing in. It's kind of like a chill and draw session, so to speak. All right, so let me double tap these and clear these lines out. All right, so that's it. That part is done. Also, if you guys are on Twitch or Kick, I actually will be over there as well. I'll be on Kick and Twitch, and sometimes when I'm actually just want to just draw and not stream, my stream I probably will stream on Twitch and Kick a little bit more, but it'll probably be something like with just me drawing and not on camera and things like that. So if that's something that you want to where you can just chill and draw, be sure to go over to Twitch and Kick as well. I'll be sure to put that in the uh in the description below. Probably not right now, but it'll be in the description below whenever you guys want to check it out. Okay. Not even sure if I'm seeing you as you are. Alright. Ellen says, I think I lost you for a minute there. I had to catch up. I'm not even sure if I'm in the right spot now. If I'm seeing you as you are. Very confusing. Let's see. Well, I actually stopped the stream on Twitch and Kick because I think that was bringing the stream down a little bit. So give me a second. I'll be right back, and I'm gonna actually try to fix the stream a little bit and try to update it. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back, and let me. All right, so I'm back. I actually had to fix a little thing on the stream. Stream was kind of acting a little crazy, and it was giving me a little problem. So apologize for that. And happens live stream. Got to fix problems while it's going. You build it while you fly it. All right, so trying to finish this, and actually, if you guys got any questions, be sure to drop them in the chat, and I'll be sure to get to your questions. So where I left off with the line work, I actually want to try to make smooth lines, and I want to try to make my line works a whole lot much more consistent. By making your line work a whole lot much more consistent, will give you better quality when it comes to your it'll give you better quality when it comes to your artwork. So try to always have better, smooth, consistent lines, because when you have those, it helps out a whole lot when it comes to your artwork. All right. Right, so. Right, so. I think for I actually think for one of mine, one of my upcoming live streams, I think I want to do uh I don't know, connection. Um, Anybody else in the chat that's having a little problem? Doing it again. Still giving up? Yeah, it's saying Melanie, it's saying excellent on my end. It's not giving me any issues. I don't really know. I actually fixed everything. Try to drop out and come back in and see if that helps. Oh, okay, it's good now. All right, cool. All right, so one thing I try to do when with something like this is you can see with these types of lines, I try to add in cross hatching. But the difference is with cross hatching, I try to make my lines super small and super detailed to where you can get a lot out of it. Kind of, let's go back. Kind of like this. That way, and I don't really have to worry about erasing anything because I can just delete the lines real quick, and I can go along with this section right here. So cross hatching sometimes, in most cases, can work. It works a whole lot, especially in dark spots. And this is one of the dark spots that I wanted on this. So what I would do, let's come in, cross hatch everything out, as such. All right, kind of cross hatch everything out and go as so. That way, as you can see, you zoom it out, cross hatch, get to where you guys can see it. Cross hatch looks kind of good when you zoom it out. So something like this, I would just go through the process, erase these lines. Now, it's a difference though, because you have to be super detailed when erasing these lines when you're coming along the edge. So that way, you have to be, I can just blow straight through these because they ain't near the edge. But if I get right up here next to this line, I have to be real close. All right. And erase those. So when cross hatching, sometimes when you're doing it, it can actually help when you cross hatching because when you adding in those shadows, it'll give that much more depth to your shadow. So let's come here. So I won't be trying to jump all over the place because I know that's what I'm doing. So let me stay on point on this. Up, so. Right. So this line, let's put this so I'll be able to erase that next line. So now, double tap this and I'm able to fix this. Now, you actually will have good, clean, consistent lines now as we building this up. This and this. There we go. So for the live stream, I'm actually thinking about there's a multitude of things that I could possibly do for another live stream. So I think I will put out a poll in my community and actually ask you guys what you guys want. And if that don't serve you guys, I should also drop a comment on that poll to actually tell me what you guys probably would want to see comes to that. So make sure you look out for that as well. These lines. Okay, I think I mixed that up. There we go. See, this works out a whole lot easier because you'll always get good, clean points on each end. And see, things like this where you got these lines, you just draw a straight line. Oh, hold on. Take that back. All right, so, all right, there we go. So now, things like this, that good line. See, I can bring this line all the way down and not have to worry about overlapping because I can, like as you guys been seeing, you can always erase. This is one of the reasons why I like Adobe Fresco because it will allow you to actually be able to just draw and not worry about all this other stuff like these lines like this. You don't really have to worry about it because you know you can always come through and cross them straight out and you don't have to worry about them overlapping. Go here and I'm pretty sure you didn't want to see my face. I just wanted to just. A melanin says, "Why do you take your face off?" Well, I don't think people really want to see me like that. I just thought this ain't work. I thought people just want to see the art, so that's kind of why I did that. But I can always put my face back on. So let's do this. Take these lines off. All right. So it seems to be a delay in the stream. So you might be getting my questions or what I'm saying a little bit of delay. Seems like it's taking like 30 seconds. I think like 60 seconds is what it seemed like. So bear with me. I apologize for that, and I'll be sure to fix that on the next stream. All right. See, when you're doing your artwork, you know already done got your lines down. It's easy to just come through, fly through, and just cross out all the lines that you don't need, and that will actually make this a whole lot easier when you put in your line work. Because if I'm doing this like in Procreate or something like that, it will make this process a whole lot longer. So that's one of the reasons why I like using Fresco, because I don't really have to waste too much time outlining my work. I can come in and just outline it real quick. Okay. Right there. Go. That star. Which end are we into the stream so far? Let's see. Ooh. All right, so I'm gonna zoom through this as much as I can right now. So one thing that you can always do is make sure when you're doing your line work is to take your time, breathe through your lines, and you can actually lay down. And this was what was taught to me when I learned tattooing. It's like when you breathe through your lines, especially if you got like a long line, just to breathe through it steady and take your time, you'll actually throw out good, clean lines. So the way I learned when it came to tattooing, it was when I learned and I was throw down bad lines, I used to always have my hand smacked with a ruler. It's taught me not to do bad lines in the long stroke, especially when you tattooing somebody to put ink to skin. So it's always good to breathe, start your line, and always don't start your long line going down to up, always up to down. So that actually helps make a good, clean, smooth line. So that was one of the things that I learned when it came to tattooing. Because when I was doing it, when I was apprenticing, I hated it. And by doing it, just messing up constantly, I used to get smacked with a ruler on my hand a lot. It was kind of like one of those nuns that when you do something wrong, you get smacked with it. It's kind of how it was for me. So remember, if you're doing a long line, down or up to down, never down to up. It's always down or up to down. You'll always get a good, clean, consistent line. All right, so yeah, Melanie, yeah, I used to get smacked with a ruler. So so one other thing when doing your line works, never be afraid to go bold on your outlines and then use different line weights. Never be afraid of that, because when you're doing that, that will help give your artwork that much more depth. Because if your artwork has the same style of line work, it looks boring and it looks plain and it don't look multi-dimensional. it don't look kind of 3D, it just look flat. So always introduce different styles of line weight to your artwork. So one other thing that I could do, I'm gonna actually go off the cuff right here. So one other thing that I could do is actually show you this. I'm gonna switch this camera. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna show you this. So you guys can actually look right here on this table. Actually see. Wrong camera, sorry. Yeah, there we go. All right, so go off. Camera went off. So I think it's not working right now. All right, so let's try this studio. There. All right, I think that worked because I'm actually getting stream. This is actually kind of getting a little crazy. So you actually can see. Yeah, I know I'm bad at live stream. If you actually can see this section in this that gives out good bold lines, and if I back it up, actually see to where you see the lines are kind of bold and you got thin lines in certain places. Yeah, that may be might get thin lines in certain different places. So that actually gives out good, clean, consistent line work when you doing that. Okay. There we go. So another thing when you're doing, thank you, Melanie. So another thing, what I was telling you guys about is when you're using, let's move this back a little bit. So another good thing that you can do, so another thing that you can do when you're actually utilizing Adobe Fresco, do all your artwork in, yeah, the camera is kind of drunk. It's not acting right now. So one good thing that you can do when you're in Adobe Fresco is like always do your artwork in SVG. Never do it in a PNG, because if you do it in a PNG, you will always lose quality. If you're doing it small and you wanted to do a t-shirt out of it, sticker out of it, want to do whatever, but you always want to make sure it's big, small. By doing it in the SVG file, you'll never lose quality. You'll always have perfect quality every single time. So remember to always do it in the SVG. Never do it in the PNG. So this is one thing, as you guys just saw the table, this is one thing that you can see it. This is one thing that I created when it in Adobe Fresco. So I did that with an SVG file, and it actually gives out good print quality. I actually have other ones that I did as well. So let's see these. Now this one is a little bit small. It's actually this skateboard right here. It gives out good quality. That's why I say when you're doing it in the SVG file, when you're doing your artwork, make sure it's done right in the SVG file. You never have to You really never have to worry about it that much, and you always save it. So whatever you want to do your artwork on, you'll always have the SVG file. So if you want to print it on a t-shirt, you can. Never really have that issue. So let me take this off studio mode, see if this works. Okay. So, all right. So now I'll finish, I'll draw this a little bit more. And I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me on the stream and sticking with me while I work out the kinks in me being on camera live in front of you guys. So I have to learn how to do live streaming a whole lot better and make this a little more entertaining for you guys. So if you're enjoying the music, also let me know if you're enjoying the music as well. All right, so that gives out. When you're doing these circles, make sure it's the same as Procreate if you guys have Procreate. So make sure you do your smooth line, your outline, and it don't matter if it's off center and all that, but make sure, as you guys can see, to never leave a point because that stands out. So try to stay smooth with your line and kind of hold it at the end. And sometimes it'll give that point and sometimes it won't. But, you know, that's just the nature of it. You just have to keep going through the process and when doing it. See, just like that. Right, so okay, and this one. All right, so what I'm gonna do with this, oh, all right. Good time break points throughout the video. Yeah, I'll be sure to actually make good timestamps for this. Okay. All right. So I recommend if you're using this, actually try it to when you're doing your line work. Actually try it a few times to where you overlap it, and you'll actually see what I'm talking about. So for any of you guys that's just now viewing a recap, you see things like this with these lines overlapping like right in here. What you can do is this little thing right here. You'll always see it. It'll always be on here. Double tap it. That comes up. You can just erase it as you just saw. You can erase it. But if you tap it again, now you can erase the lines. You can just come through and tap these lines, and that way you'll never have to worry about overlapping. You'll always give out good, clean, consistent lines. So that's one of the, to me, I don't know about a lot of you, but to me, it's one of the best features that I like the most on Procreate, because it makes the whole process that much more faster. Another thing that you can do when you're using Procreate, not Procreate, but another good thing that you can do when you're using this platform, Adobe Fresco, is utilize this, where is it? The lasso tool. Now, utilizing the lasso tool, I did this a lot when I used to use Photoshop. Now with Photoshop, you have to use it a lot. You use your keyboard a lot. And now with this, it makes things a whole lot easier. So I do it by adding another layer. And you can do it like this. And it's like you'll see these little, they call them marching ants or something like that. At least that's what I heard people call them. And you can come in, add your layer, and have your paint bucket tool picked. And just now, once you actually putting in your color, you have an option. You can choose vector or pixels. Now, what the vector is, it'll actually help you, just like I was talking about before. It'll help you over time when you actually when you don't want to lose quality in your artwork. So I recommend if you're creating that one art piece, but you want to use it for multiple things, I recommend you use it for vector. If you don't want to use it for multiple things, and you just want to use it for that one thing you're creating, then Pencilz is the way to go. But just know you can't. It's a possibility, and a strong possibility, that you can lose quality in that particular artwork that you're doing. So for this, I'm gonna choose vector. Now for most of you guys that's been watching, and you so as you can see, it's still highlighted. So what you can press, you see it right here, is deselect. So press deselect and that'll stop that. So what you can do, another thing, when you seen the option that it just gave you with Pencilz or vector, this right here is a vector brush right up here. So you'll actually see I think it's how can I do this? Let's try to move this down some to where you guys can see it top. Okay, let's try this. So that there we go. Nope, it's not moving. All right, so it should be on the top. It's like your Pencilz brush. I don't know if you can see it. On the top is your Pencilz brush, and this, the second one that's in blue, is the vector brush. No, that's your watercolor brush, and the third one, this one right here, that's your vector brush. So it's three. It's the third one from the top. So using that, that's where you're doing all your vector outlines. So, because if you was to do this in Pencilz, you can't get, see mine is on the pencil right now. So if you was to do this in the Pencilz, there's no way that you'll actually be able to come through and take those lines out like that. But you can do it in the vector brush. So let's go with the basic line, hard round. Now let's take that out. All right, so bring this size down. So, see, you can't, there's no way that you can do that with a vector brush. Well, with a Pencilz brush. But if you guys saw, vector brush, I can come in, I can come straight in and take that middle line out. That can never be done with a Pencilz brush, so that's why it's important. If you're gonna use a vector brush, just know that you will never lose quality. Another good reason, because I can zoom straight in, you can still see the quality on. You can still see the quality on this. Now, I can take this all out. Take my Pencilz brush. And you see, if I zoom in, you see how that quality look? It's bad quality. So that's why it's important, if you're going to do your artwork and you want your artwork to look professional and consistent, vector brush is the way to go. You can never go wrong with using the vector brush in your artwork. Alright, so let's choose black outlines. Back. Right. So I really appreciate you guys sticking with me with the live stream and checking this out. I'm very thankful for you guys to be watching. Cause oh, I'm using the wrong brush. See, I just messed up. I'm using the wrong brush. I was using the Pencilz brush. All right. Just like I said, just come in. That can never be done with a Pencilz brush. So I recommend, if you guys gonna use that, use Adobe Fresco, please do. This program, you can never go wrong with this program. It's free to use. You don't have to pay for it unless you choose to. It's $9. I think if you pay for it, I think it's like $9 one time, or I think it's $9. I think it's $9 a month. But that's pretty much a steal compared to what Adobe charging people. So also, if you're gonna use this, I recommend just getting here, learning all you can learn about it, and you can really never go wrong with this program. You get everything it is that you can get out of this program. Okay. So far we already got most of the bottom done. Okay. Said not a sponsor. Nah, I ain't a sponsor. They ain't even sponsoring this video. I just believe in this program. It's a really, really great program to use. All right, so like I said earlier, just double tap once you see the blue on the outside, white in the middle. That way you can come through and cross out all your lines. Sometimes I even get real detailed because that's just me. The perfectionism in me can't allow me to just, if I see something, I got to get it out. If I see something bad. So I zoom in on all these points just like this. Take this out, take this out. Even these. That way I know I'm getting good, clean, consistent lines. So earlier when I was talking about having other outlines in to throw in different line weights, situations like this, now you're finna get ready to see it. So I could throw in, see how I got another layer. Let's go back and take that out. Okay. So I got another layer right here. Now I can actually go up on the layer, on the outline size of the layer. So what I want to stand out the most, I want the scarab to stand out. So what I'm gonna do, as you're gonna see, let's go back. Let's take this out. All right. So I want these to actually stand out a little more. All right, so see, now you're starting to see what I'm talking about. Because when you add in bolder lines, it'll actually make the drawing stand out that much more. Okay, let's try this. Right. So it's always good if you're doing that just to add in 2 layers for your outlines. One for clean line work and one for your different line weights. Cool. And never be afraid to actually try different things. Because when you're trying different things with your artwork, it'll actually you can be surprised what you really can do and how it can look. Can't be afraid to try it. Definitely can't be afraid to fail at it either, because failure is a part of the process. Right, so situation like this. Let line up. You see how it make things stand out a whole lot more? And also, so if you're looking at it, see, that's why it's important to know what layer that you're on, because I just messed this all up and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I can erase this line, this layer right here is where my bold line was. Now look, I was on the wrong layer when doing this, so it's always good. See, mistakes happen. All right, so let's turn it back on. So we're gonna try. I'm gonna try to remove these lines. All right, so now, but you get the gist. You see exactly what I'm talking about, and that way, when you add bold lines to it, it make your artwork stand out that much more, and it will give you a little more depth to your artwork. So you can't be afraid to try. You can't be afraid to fail. So sometimes you just gotta try different things. So let's see. So another thing that you can do when it comes to that is like when you're having different line weights. If you know that you're gonna have 3 or 4 different line weights, actually throw the layers out. So let's say if you know your first couple line weights are gonna be thin, keep all of them on the same lines. But if you know you're gonna have line weights that are a little bigger, put them on another layer if you choose to. That kind of can help make your layers stand out a whole lot more. That way, once you're done with everything, you can actually group everything in a group and then keep it all together. So it can actually make the outlining process a whole lot simpler, because once you're done outlining everything is all in one folder. It's in the group. Just like what I showed you earlier when it came to this section right here. See, this is my drawing, this group right here that you see. If I double tap it, all my whole sketch is in this. So the way you do this, so let's say I wanted to add a couple more layers. So I could take this. So let's go here. Take select multiple. I'm gonna do it again so you can see it. So hit tap the top, select multiple, then come down the line and just start selecting the ones that you want. So if all of these are gonna be in your line work category, then what you can do once you tap it, tap on the top. Oh, let's do it again. All right. So select multiple. You'll actually see the folder pop up right here. So once you tapped everything and you got all of them highlighted, you can tap the folder. Now they're in the group. So that way, if you erase anything, everything is going to stay in that group. Nothing is going to be touched. But I'm going to show you, if you have it all highlighted together and you erase, it's going to, you see what it's doing? It's not going to do anything. Even though I have the eraser pick, it's going to tell you on the screen, cannot erase a group. You have to go in and manually pick what you're trying to erase. So that's actually going to help you. You're going through the process and you're trying to edit your whole drawing. You're trying to delete or erase things. You can't mistakenly erase your line work. You have to go in and manually do it. So in the end, that's actually going to help you out a whole lot more. So another thing to do is where I don't have to keep erasing. You probably seen me do it this whole time. So let me tap on these and I'll show you. Delete. All right, so. All right. Okay. So basically, another good thing to do, let's say if you're throwing out line works and you know that you want to erase, to keep things going so you don't have to keep starting, stopping, picking between your vector brush and your eraser. What you can do, now, another good thing with these pencils, you can press it and it'll actually, it gives off. Now, every one of these, every iPad don't have this. It has a feature on it to where you can actually see it on the screen. You double tap it and automatically go to the pencil, to the brush. So that's one good feature to have. And another, if you don't have that with your iPad or whatever tablet that you're using that has Adobe Fresco, what you can do, if you're throwing in your line work, right, you can double tap and it'll go away. Double tap, or you can just tap with two fingers like this or this, and it'll erase it. Just tap it and it's gone. So that's one good, another good feature to have. So I will be coming out with a video in the future that'll show tricks that you can use and utilize when you're using Adobe Fresco to help make your process a whole lot simpler and a whole lot easier when you drawing in Adobe Fresco and you actually using this to the best of your ability when creating art or audience or trying to get custom commissions or whatever it may be. So guys, that's it. I really appreciate you guys checking the live stream out, and I will be if you guys are on Kick or Twitch, be sure to check me out over there. I'll be live streaming over there a little bit more when I'm just drawing. So if you guys want to check in and draw, please be sure to come over there. Chalksy. All right. Hey, Chalksy, I appreciate you coming in. So came in a little late. Sorry that you came in late, but hey, be sure to view the live stream back and you'll learn some good tips to help you with your art. If you guys have Kick or Twitch, be sure to go over there and check that out. And you'll learn a whole lot more when it comes to those, because I'll go a little more in depth, and I actually will be drawing a whole lot much more. Probably be on there, if I'm drawing, it'll probably be like hours or something like that, because I can get a whole drawing done. Just listen to music, chill, and draw. So thank you for viewing the live stream again. I really appreciate you guys being here. Oh, sorry about that. I really I really appreciate you guys being here and actually hanging out with me and learning all you can learn about art and allowing me to be in your home and spend some time with you and you guys learning from me. So again, I appreciate it. I will be coming out with videos soon. I will be doing videos along the lines of things that we deal with as artists, things that you can actually learn, like things about how we deal with procrastination, how we deal with overcoming obstacles, perfectionism, just trying to get custom commissions, things of that stuff, so we can be the best artists that we can be. So again, I really appreciate you guys being here and kicking it with me on this live stream. And be sure to tune in next Thursday because I'll be going live again. Not sure what I'm going to be doing, but keep a close eye on my community posts. I will be posting on there. That way you can actually learn. You'll be able to see what I'll be posting on my community posts. So thank you again for viewing the live stream. I really appreciate you being here. This is Dynamic Pencilz signing off. Over and out.